Hey y'all, welcome to session number 2 of the Beginner Yoga series. Last week we worked really close to the ground with some side bends, low lunges, and a low flow. Today we are going to work with Ujjayi Breath along with some standing poses that can help us feel grounded. So whenever you're ready, go ahead, roll out your mat, get any props that you need, and then I'll meet you at the top of our mat in standing mountain pose, Tadasana. So finding your way to the front of your mat, feet are about hips distance apart, maybe even a little bit wider. Throughout your practice, you might start to notice that the wider the feet are, the more stability you have. So play around with that with all of our practices to see what works best for you. But here we are, feet hips distance apart, feeling rooted into the ground. Maybe even feel free to rock back and forward, side to side. Just adjusting where your weight lives in the body. We're going to have a soft bend in our knees. And then we'll think about taking a big breath in, loop the shoulders up, back, and down. Exhale all the way out. So this just helps remind us to let the shoulders hang out of the shoulder girdles. And we aren't holding them up like earrings. We're just allowing them to relax down. So let's take about 3 breaths here, your normal breath, noticing where it lives in your body. And noticing how your body is feeling here at the start of our practice. With our next inhale, we'll reach the arms up above the head. Exhale, we'll start to fold forward, hinging at the hips. Feel free to bend into your knees as much as you need to. The hands will release down toward the ground. Maybe you shake your head, yes, no, releasing any tension in the neck muscles. Other options are to clasp opposite elbows, maybe sway a little bit side to side, and letting the shoulders, the low back, all kind of have a little gentle release with gravity. We'll take one more breath here. And the hands will release down back toward the ground. On an inhale, we'll start to lift the back up halfway. So the hands can come to the shins or maybe even to the thighs. It just depends on where your body needs a little extra support. And the spine is nice and long, so thinking about the crown of the head, reaching toward that wall right in front. One more breath here. And on an inhale, we'll start to lift it all the way up to the top. Arms reach above the head. And exhale, hands to the heart space. Anjali Mudra. From here, we'll come into Ujjayi Breath. So Ujjayi Breath really warms up the body, gets some of the prana moving. So thinking about the ocean sounds, how the waves sound when they come in and out on the beach, that is what our breath will sound like. So to make that sound, we close the glottis in the throat. It's kind of like how when you swallow, the little flap that covers our breathing tube so food can go down the esophagus. We're closing that and we're making that ocean sound. And it's just to really warm up the body as we move through our asana. So you can come into that now. Hands can release down or again staying in Anjali Mudra. And this is also in through the nose and out through the nose. So if you need to take a few breaths with a big sigh to kind of release anything from the day, go ahead and do that. And then start to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Maybe that breath of 4 and 4 can come in. So inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4. But we'll take about 3 more breaths with Ujjayi Breath, and you can continue this through our practice, Or feel free to just breathe however your body feels, or whenever you hear me say breathe, take a nice good breath. But we just want to bring the breath and the movement in together, just like we did in our previous class. So here we are back in our Tadasana, again, standing mountain pose. On an inhale, we'll reach the arms up above the head. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift for a long spine. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reaching back up to the top. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms reaching up all the way long through the body. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. We'll bring the hands to the hips. We're going to bring the feet a little bit closer together if you need to feel a little bit more balanced as we start to come onto the right leg. So we're grounding down into that right leg. Inhale, let's lift the left leg up. And then we'll start to take it back, and on an exhale, planting that foot down. So here you'll start to notice, like, if you need to adjust, so maybe adjusting that front foot, moving it out to the side, maybe adjusting the back leg to where you need to shorten your stance or make your stance a little bit longer. But here we are again in our high crescent lunge. So you can keep the hands on the hips, you can reach the arms up above the head, but really thinking about pressing that back heel toward the wall behind you. Here we want to feel grounded in our feet. So again, these standing poses can help us feel grounded or remind us what we stand for. So as you're here, letting the shoulders again release away from the ears. Feeling that energy from the ground coming up into the feet, through the legs, rising all the way to the crown of the head and even out of the fingertips. On our next inhale, we'll start to spin the back heel down. So feel free to look at your back foot. Maybe that foot comes more parallel to the back edge of the mat. And then we'll start to open the arms out and away from each other. Let's find our warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So same thing here, we're still very rooted in our stance, very rooted in who we are. So maybe even ask yourself, who am I in this moment? What do I stand for in this moment? We'll take 3 more breaths here. Again, continue with Ujjayi Breath or just your normal breathing. Always make sure you feel liberated to do whatever your body wants to do. One more big breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, we'll start to transition back into our high lunge. Hands can come to the hips. And we're going to step back forward into our Tadasana, standing mountain pose. Let's take 2 breaths, noticing how the legs are feeling right now. Noticing where does the breath live in the body. When you're ready, we'll switch to the other side. So again, hands can come to the hips. We'll start to ground into our left foot. Inhale, maybe float the right leg up first. Exhale, we'll slowly start to step it back, adjusting your stance as needed. Hands can stay on the hips, or the arms can reach up above the head. Same thing here, feeling that energy coming up through the feet. We've done hard things before. We are supported, we are comforted by the earth. So allow the earth to hold your practice. One more breath. Inhale, spinning that back heel down. We'll open up and let's find our warrior two. So same thing, looking at the back foot. Maybe it's parallel to the back edge of the mat. Maybe it's turned a little bit more inward. Just remembering you want to do what feels best for your body. So working with your knee and also still feeling grounded in the feet. So here we are in our Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Front knee tracks out over the second and third toe. We just want to also make sure our knees are nice and comfortable. We're still rooting down. Again, rooting into who you are, who you're becoming, and what you stand for. Next, inhale, let's transition back to our high lunge. So take your time to get there, adjusting your stance again if you need to. And then when you're ready, big breath in, maybe the hands come to the hips as we step forward into our Tadasana, standing mountain pose. One more breath here. Inhale, arms extend up above the head. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reaching up to the top, long through the side bodies. Exhale, hands to the heart, Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, hands can come to the hips, ground down through the right leg. Exhale, stepping that left leg back, long lunge. Inhale, let's reach the arms up, and on the exhale, we'll spin the back heel down, opening up Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, we'll straighten through the front leg. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Inhale to straighten the front leg. Exhale to bend. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. One full breath. And then we'll inhale, transition back to our high crescent lunge. Exhale, step that back foot forward, finding Tadasana. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reaching to the top. Exhale, hands to Ujjayi Mudra. Inhale, hands on the hip. Exhale, steps the right leg back, long lunge, grounding through the feet. Inhale, we'll reach the arms up above the head, and on the exhale, we'll plant that back foot down. Let's move into our Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, extend through the front leg. Exhale, bend into that knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale to bend. One more. Inhale. And exhale. One full breath. Inhale, let's transition back to that high crescent lunge, lifting that back heel up. Hands can come to the hips. Exhale, step forward into our Tadasana. Take 3 breaths here. Hands can come to the heart as we bring this portion of our series to a close. So thank you for joining me for session number 2. Feel free to put video 1 and video 2 together to form a longer sequence when you're ready, but always take time to notice how your body is feeling. So feel free to go into a short meditation here or any other movement that you would like to do, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.